So you have submitted your application to PA school, or you're about to, and you're wondering, when am I going to interview? Well, I am here to tell you the 3 main interview time slots for the PA application cycle. Plus, I'm going to be telling you 3 powerful tips that you should be doing right now to prepare for your interview when it comes. Because trust me, I know what it's like to submit your application and have to wait weeks to months, which feels like years, just to hear back anything from a PA school. So just give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna be telling you how it typically goes down every year. So let's get into it. So CASPA opens up typically at the last week of April, and it usually takes most people a couple weeks to months to finally submit their application. However, a good chunk of people have been preparing their CASPA application for months in advance, or are re-applicants, which gives these people the advantage of applying as soon as possible. I'm talking about literally within days, the first week or first couple weeks of CASPA opening. So because of these people, this leads me to the first interview time slot, which is June and July. This time slot is typically held by more competitive programs that receive a lot of applications. Most schools do not typically interview this early, but it does happen, so this could be you. From that, this leads me, of course, to the second time slot, which is September through October. Then after that, the third time slot is December through January. These 2 time slots I just went over are the most common interview time slots and what you should realistically be expecting when you hear back for an interview invitation and when you should be expecting the actual interview date. Now, of course, schools interview all year round, but these are the most common interview times. Hope that knowing those most common time slots when you interview relieves a ton of anxiety off your shoulders. However, I still have 3 powerful tips that you could be doing right now to prepare for your interview. The first tip is to join the physician assistant forum online. What makes this tip so important is that you'll be able to find all the application cycles for all the schools that you applied to this year and also all the past cycles. Having that information means that you'll be in contact with all the current students who have applied and of course all the ones who have applied previously, and all the information that they have currently and also from the past. You can get live updates of interviews when they come in through this forum, and also you can go through the past cycles to see when your school typically holds interviews when they send out their interview invites from what people have been updating within these cycle groups. On top of that, this forum helps out tremendously when you're doing research on schools to prepare for your interview. I'll go more in depth into that when I release my PA interview guide, which will be coming out next week. But to get the interview guide and be notified as soon as it comes out, just subscribe below so that you can get notified when I upload videos to help you get into PA school and also to let you know when that guide comes out. The second most powerful tip is to get a new suit. There's no beating around the bush, but you need to dress for success. Success demands your best. This is important because you have one shot all year at this specific school, wherever you're interviewing at, to crush it. You want to leave an impression to get accepted, or else you have to wait all next year to reapply and then go through the whole process of waiting to interview again in the hopes of maybe getting accepted, maybe not. But in order to increase your chances and to bring your best, you need that new suit that makes you feel like $1,000,000. That new suit that is form-fitting, it makes you stand out from the crowd. Your new suit will help you to radiate confidence, positivity, and enthusiasm that schools are so desperately looking for. To be honest, you have such a magnetic aura to you that even if your answers are average to the interview questions, the admissions team and even other applicants can't help but gravitate towards you and to like you. Just think back to prom or your wedding day, or whenever it is you bought a new dress or a new suit and you wore it out, even if you're going out to the bars and you just felt your best and you brought your best, and it was literally one of the best days of your life because you just felt that good. And that's what a new suit, a form-fitting suit, can do to you, and you want to bring that to the interview. You don't want to leave that out for the bars, for birthday parties, and for all this other stuff. This is where it actually matters. We have one shot to make this count, and you need that new suit, which is going to bring all of that energy with you so you can crush that interview. Some tips when you're picking out that new suit is that it needs to be form-fitting but not revealing. Remember, you want to be modest because this is a very professional environment. Also, you don't want to be too monochrome and blend in with the crowd. This means trying to avoid colors such as black, white, and gray. Everyone does this and it looks like a whole horde of penguins or someone died. Like you're going to a funeral when you go to these interviews where everyone's wearing all black and gray, and it's quite depressing. I have mentors and friends who are on admissions boards, and this is literally, quote, the horde of penguins and funeral. This is coming from their mouth, not mine, because I've never had to be on the other side of the interview, but they've gone through this year after year after year, and so this is what they say when it's just way too monochrome. So spice up your outfit just a little bit, just to give it that extra flair so you can stand out from the crowd. But again, remember to always be professional. This does not mean you cannot wear white, black, or gray, but you just want to be a little bit different. This can even mean just wearing a bright red tie. When I did my interview, I bought a brand new, slightly brighter than navy blue suit with a bright red checkered tie, and I had a white shirt underneath. It's professional but powerful, and I stood out from the crowd, and I promise you, all the energy in the room surrounded me. Maybe that's just my perception, but that's how it felt, and that helps me to make myself the best and bring out my best during that interview. So whether it's true or it's not, that's how I felt, and that's how the experience seemed to be. And when I went to my interviews this year, I just dominated them all, and I all got accepted. Third powerful interview tip, the last one for this video, is to consume interview prep material. Your interview will come quicker than you expect, I promise you, and there is so much you need to catch up on, so much stuff that you are just completely unaware that you need to know and prepare for. Some examples are that you need to do research on your school, practice questions and answers, what makes you different, and of course, so much more. That is only very surface level. There are tons of resources out there to help you start getting prepared right now. And with that, I'm releasing the interview guide next week in next week's video. So subscribe to stay up to date when that comes out, and also up to date with all the weekly videos I release, of course, every week to help you get into PA school. For more one-on-one help and to get a free personal statement review, join our Facebook group in the description below, where you can also enjoy more exclusive content. Plus, like this video because it helps the channel out a lot to spread this message and to help the channel grow so that I can help you guys out more, and all together we can help improve the PA profession and healthcare overall. This was PA Talk, and I'll see you in the next one.